Hi guys, welcome to my reading vlog. It's gonna be chill. I'm just gonna read some books, and my target is like to get through my 26 books of 2026 list. I actually wanted to start filming this yesterday because I started reading the book yesterday, but yesterday I was like, I just couldn't film myself right then because bad lighting, I was not in the mood. I am reading Dark Fever, it's part of the Fever series. I've heard that this is an urban fantasy and that it's like very old published or something. I'm currently only I think 10% or 6% through the book. I'm in chapter 3 right now. Here's it, I'm reading it in my Kobo. And this book has been so far very good. It's about Michaela, and she basically receives a phone call saying that her sister Elena was found murdered, who lived in Dublin. So she actually goes to Dublin to find out more that who murdered her and what happened exactly. That's where she is, and there's a lot in between happening. There are some fantasy elements in here, like fairies, and they did not much yet because, as I said, I am only in chapter 3. Also, I do want to mention like the writing style of this book is quite different. I have been reading some I read mostly contemporary and books that have been released like maybe in the last 5 to 5 years, maybe at the most. This feels like a bit books which were written, in a sort of language. I don't know how to exactly explain it, but you have to read it to understand the exact writing style I'm talking about. It's basically kind of like the Hunger Games style, where you can say Harry Potter if you have read that type of style, except it's not young adult. The FMC just mentioned a quote and I need to read you this. I love books, by the way, way more than movies. Movies tell you what to think. A good book lets you choose a few thoughts for yourself. Movies show you the pink house. A good book tells you there's a pink house and lets you paint some of the finishing touches. Maybe choose the roof style. Park your own car out front. My imagination has always stopped anything a movie could come up with. Case in point, those darned Harry Potter movies. That was so not what that part Villa chick Fleur Delacour looked like. That's like so relatable. I definitely love books more than movies. Don't get me wrong, movies are my favorite too. But books, top. Nothing is ever talking books, guys. She mentions Harry Potter and that just made my day. Mac is so relatable, like what she's thinking and everything. Like she just said, when I get mad, I have imaginary conversations in my head. You know the kind where you say that really smart thing you always wish you'd think of at the time but never do. And sometimes I get so wrapped up in my little chats that I end up oblivious to everything around me. That's how I find myself outside like a different building and so on. Even little things, the way she thinks and everything. I am loving the FMC basically, is what I'm trying to say. I'm 20% through the book. So far, I would say it's going pretty good. Whenever I'm reading it, I'm becoming totally immersed in the story. I think I know who the MC is. I don't know if we have met the MC yet. Is he gonna be the one? Because I just checked. Guys, this Fever series is actually 11 books. So I thought that it was only 4 or 5 books, but it's definitely double than what I thought. Things can change, obviously. Also, I wanted to mention the FMC. Anyway, so they're basically the FMC. She is funny. Like, her thought process is funny, also relatable. She's not the most intelligent. She is not like your Feyre if you have read Akata. She is not like Feyre. But she's like I don't know, she is very good and I do like her a lot. A lot of people were saying that she's insufferable in book 1. I'm only 20%, so I'm not the one to judge yet, but so far I'm really liking her actually. Max, in her monologue, seems like she is a bit like not mature, a younger tone she talks in. I don't know if it's the old book that's why the language is like that, or if that's like her. So it's the next day. It might not look like it because I'm wearing the same clothes, but who cares? So I'm currently having my breakfast. Just wanted to do a little bit of update. I am 35% through the book, 36% read. We've got more deep into the fantasy elements and like the fantasy phase and everything are starting, like how they work, everything is unfolding slowly. That's the progress. Next day, and I'm in chapter 13 of Dark Fever. And she says, but personally, I never had any desire to save the world. Decorated? Yes. Save it? No. Like girls say, I can't save the world for the life of me. I would be glad if I could just save myself in this. The only complaint I have is that this book is not very dialogue heavy, a lot of proses and descriptions, which personally takes out my focus from the book. It takes a lot of brain power. But so yeah, that's a bit of whatever. But I've been switching between this and Little Liar. In between Little Liar, I'm 50% through the book. And this, I think I'm around 50% too. That book is no brain power, just vibes and smart, which I absolutely love Malachi. So yeah, I'm not complaining. And this is more like, you know the vibes, guys. You know the vibes. So that's what I've been doing. This book has some beautiful quotes. The single greatest advantage anyone can take into any battle is hope. A serious seer without hope, without an unshakable determination to survive, is a dead serious seer. A serious seer who believes herself outgunned, outmanned, may as well point that doubt straight at her temple, pull the trigger and blow out her brains. There are really only 2 positions one can take towards anything in life: hope or fear. Hope strengthens, fear kills. That's so true actually. I love that quote. 60% through this book right now. To be honest, it's not keeping my attention that much because, like, as I said, the writing style doesn't have many dialogues. It's more word heavy type book. I get bored when there are like too many words, but the plot is good. The plot is amazing, actually, going good, and book is quite fast paced. I think I'm gonna take a little bit of a break from reading because I think I'm gonna change my curtains. I ordered some new curtains, so I'm gonna put them up. Also, I am gonna do some aesthetic cover decoration, like my phone cover decoration, because I printed out these stickers, because I don't know, but in my country these type of stickers are like pretty expensive because they do not make in India. It's exported in Etsy, and that's double the price. I just decided to print them. I have some prints and I'm gonna cut these. I've also ordered a clear case for my Kobo because I want to put some of these on that one too, but for now I think I'm just gonna decorate my phone cover. And yeah, so I think that's what I'm gonna do. I might put something on the YouTube. I love to put like stuff on YouTube or Netflix while I'm doing anything. It just, kind of puts me out, keeps me entertained. By the way, comment down your favorite booktube channels. I love watching booktube. Like, it's my favorite hobby because I love books. So people talking about books, that just makes me excited for reading altogether, all of a sudden. Just love that. I haven't studied anything today. I'm like, I will just study before my NSIMs. Like, I'm just not in the mood. Plus, it's March and NSIMs are way late. So I'm just like, I'm not in the mood to study right now. I decided on watching Emily Rossum. If you know her, this is a booktube channel like this. I have a lot of channels I like watching all of these channels, guys. She's like one of my favorite booktubers. She reads so much, and like her recommendations are like so unique and stuff. Mostly indie decks, which I love, supporting indie authors. So I think I'm just gonna decide on one video of hers, and I'm gonna put it on the background while I cut these out. This is like my sweet reading spot, I think, in the bed on like my study table. I'm eating, feeding myself, and I'm in chapter 17 of Dark Fever, and I've been reading, and so far I'm really enjoying it. To be honest, I don't have much to update. The plot is going good. The fantasy elements have all started to fall in, and it's like urban fantasy, so it's like my first urban fantasy. So this is definitely something very, very different from what I normally read. And yeah, there are some quotes, there's some fun, and yeah, we can send some romance. But yeah, overall, I'm like vibing with the book so far. By the way, I also decorated my Kindle, like my Kobo today. As you can see, like I have some, not stickers, these are like prints I got, and these are some dangling chains. I have a YouTube video decorating this, so you can check it out. And I have posted the reel on Instagram too, so yeah. Anyways, shameless plug, Follow me on Bookstagram, guys. What Polly reads. Please do. And let's be book besties. I love being book besties. And also, guys, if you have like any Discord chats or like live streams people do for reading, please let me down the channels below, because like I just wanna read with people at this point. So yeah, do let me know. Thank you. Bye bye. I love when books like explain the outfit and like maybe the small little things throughout, like the food they are eating, the dresses they are wearing, like small details like that. I don't know, it just makes me happy. Like she is wearing a polished pearl drop necklace swung between my full breast. I was wearing today with a clingy pearly top and shimmery gold sandals. Like, I just love that. And also like when food is described, what they are eating and stuff, like normal human things, it just adds so much to the story. Like small little perk, but I just love it. So I'll mention. Feel like I film mostly when I'm eating, but mostly when I'm eating I'm reading, so it goes hand in hand. Anyways, if I've read this book, I'm gonna say something like balance. It is funny. Like there's this Faye who has like grabbed her hair and just frozen like this, hanging in the air, and he just went on with his lecture on how she should have done things and blah blah blah, while she is hanging there, and he's like, yes, this and that, and this is like, fucking shut up, just help me already. Like, their dynamic, it's very funny. I can see the romance growing. Like, Baron's concern for her, kind of doubtful. So yeah, I'm loving this. My food is delicious too. And yeah, the vibes are awesome. I don't want to spoil this book for you guys, so I'm not like reading all of the quotes for you, but some random out of context ones I'm gonna read out. Like, feel like the author writes a lot of stuff sometimes very deeply. Like, something happened, acting is pretty beautiful. Some ancient times, it's because the book is kind of old, recently published. So it's like, I wept for me, for my sister, for things I couldn't even begin to put into words and might never be able to explain. But it felt something like this. I used to walk on my feet, now all I knew how to do was crawl. And I wasn't sure how long it was going to take me to get up off my knees and regain my balance, but I suspected that when I did, never walk the same way again. And like, it's just beautiful. And if you know the context, it's even more beautiful. Anyways, I'm currently having my black coffee and these Oreos. Guys, I love Oreos. Like my favorite biscuit, Oreos. Since childhood. This is a toffee cream flavor. Currently my favorite hyperfixation. And down your favorite snack. Reading. I don't know. You like coffee or tea? She's painting her nails because she has like broken her hand. Is injured. Why is that so cute? This man is such a scary man, but he paints her toenails. And like, carries her to the hospital running when she gets injured. He's rude, he's mean. He mocks her, but he's also cute. I'm loving their dynamic. I finished Dark Fever and immediately I borrowed the second book, which is Blood Fever from Overdrive, and thankfully it was available too. So yeah, I have got Blood Fever on my Kobo already and I'm going to read that. But talking about Dark Fever, that book ended. The ending of that book, like the last 10 to 20%, was absolutely action packed and stunning. Yeah, I'm really liking this book so far. The series so far, the MMC is so cute, and yeah, the writing is unique, and I love the FMC. She is a bit immature, but I feel like she is just like me. Like, it's just a girl who is like into this world with all these mysterious creatures, and she is figuring out her identity, and she is going through so much stuff at the same time. It's funny, like banter and everything with FMC and MMC, between the FMC and MMC, as she's like discovering this fable, and we are learning with her all those fantasies and everything. So also fun, like introduction to all the fantasy characters and world is also pretty easy in my opinion, and not that heavy. So like fantasy too, something different, a different type of fantasy I've read in a while. It's definitely not YA. I haven't seen any explicit description of any scene yet. It's like no tension between the characters, so I don't think it's YA at all, because I feel like things are gonna come in the future. So yeah, I think I'm gonna rate this somewhere between 3 to 4 stars. By the way, got this book, Diary of a Wimpy Hot Mess. When I was a little kid, I used to read Wimpy a lot, and like it like was one of my favorite books of all time. So seeing this, I ordered this from my brother for his birthday, but I think I'm just like arrived in my PG right now, and I'm gonna meet him in 2 to 3 days. So you know what, I'm gonna read this because why not? Why not? A little bit of nostalgia, because Diary of a Wimpy is personally for me so nostalgic. I used to reread these books so much. I think I read till Getaway or something. I don't know, like till Deep End. I think the last release I read was Deep End. After that, I stopped reading Wimpy, grown out of it. But now I just wanna jump back in, just for nostalgia sake. And like, it's cute, guys, it's good. Like, what's the problem? Sometimes you gotta read Spicy Hot Mess, and sometimes you just gotta read Diary of a Wimpy, whatever makes you feel good. Right now, and I'm gonna start this book. Maybe not right now, just yet. I do need a little bit of brain break. So I'm gonna update you. I am thinking if I should start reading Blood Fever right now, or should I read this book. This book I will probably just finish in 1 or 2 hours. Like, Wimpy, if you have ever read one of these books, it's like mostly photos and stuff, so it won't take much time. Decisions have been made. I'm gonna read this because I'm gonna give this to my brother, so I probably won't have this for too long. And I feel like if I once start with Blood Fever, I might even jump to the third book and like continue the series. So I feel like this might be just a good palate cleanser. I want to read like a physical book in my hand, so it works perfect. Gives me lots of nostalgia, guys. Morning. It's not actually morning, it's actually 3:20. No, it's 3 p.m. And yesterday I finished Blood Fever. Yesterday I finished Dark Fever. Right now I'm starting Blood Fever. It's a new book. I start Blood Fever. Loaded it on my Kobo. Bought it from Libby. Yesterday I was actually reading a bit of Wimpy, but I was like feeling so sleepy. I just read like few pages of it. I am gonna read it later, but now I just really want to read Blood Fever, guys. I want to know what's happening. I'm eating. I read while I eat, so that's why it just works out this way. Anyways. Ignore my messy hair. It's the next fresh day, and I don't know why, but I'm reading really slowly for the past few days. I have a lot of time to read, but I'm still like reading really slowly. For some reason, I'm like losing my focus. Is that because of my ADHD or my OCD? I don't know, guys, but whatever. I'm 32% through the book, and so far I'm liking it. The play is moving fast. I'm not really sure why I'm losing my focus, but for some reason I am. And it's going good. The romance is definitely developing a bit, and the FMC is also becoming like her character development I can see, so that's also going great. And yeah, that's the update, guys. Asked for phone numbers from him, like phone number he gave her 3 phone numbers. And it was like named like this. Let me show you. You guys will die out laughing. It's like IYCGM. And when she asks what does it mean, he's like, oh, it means if you can't get me, then you call this number. And there's another number which is like ID. Another number, and it's like, if you're dying, Miss Lane. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, that's a system for real. Like, if I'm dying, I'm gonna call you in one number. If I'm not dying and just wanna chat, I'm gonna call in another number. And you will just know what I need. That's just, so convenient. That's a really brilliant thought. This book does pack some good vocab, like recalcitrant. I had never heard of this word before. And like in general, while reading, I am noticing a lot of words. So yeah. Guys, there's nothing like the feeling when you wash your hair. Like your hair just looks the prettiest, the prettiest. Anyways, so I'm reading Blood Fever today. I'm 50% through the book. Goal is to finish this book today. Finish the rest of the 50% today. And maybe even finish this. Who knows? We will try our best. But expect the worst, as usual. Anyways, but yeah. Should I read this? Okay. Or should I read that one? Feeling like Blood Fever right now, so I'm just, or maybe I should just read this, I think I'm just gonna read this. It's 3 hours after the last time I updated you, and I have done no reading. That's because my father visited me, and I sent him the gift of my brother. So I am not gonna read Wimpy, at least not right now. I will download the book in my Kindle and read it later. But right now, I'm gonna make some progress with Carrie Mary Morning, this book. Fever. It says 4 hours to go for 50% read. So 4 hours. Will I be able to spare 4 hours? I doubt. But yeah, I'm gonna try to finish this book at least by today. Fingers crossed, guys. Fingers crossed. I really want to finish this book. Not because it's bad, but because I just love to binge read and I just want to focus and just, dissolve into this fictional world.